Hello Orchid friends, welcome back to my channel. Wherever you are, I hope you're having a great day, staying healthy and staying safe. Today we're going to look at my Jiaho Blueberry. It's a cross between Samera coerulea and equestris coerulea. And the video clip you're seeing really is this orchid's last year's bloom. I just happened to came across this particular video clip, so I thought I would include it in this video to give you a reference point, but then also for you to see how it compares against my purple martin, which is on the right here. Both are in the purple flower family, but they all have their own unique traits. And coming up, we're going to start looking at my blueberries current bloom cycles photo, as well as a couple of video footages toward the end. So back to the parentage. Samera is a cross between Bellina and Violacea, and then this blueberry is Samera cross with equestris, and all of the parents are coerulea type. So this orchid obviously comes out with very, I would say, violet/purple flower, and then the lip is very, I would say, coerulea or almost purple indigo-y type of color, which I really enjoy. So this orchid has a couple really interesting things going on. Because Samera has Bellina in it, so the smell is really sweet, just like Bellina. And then the lip has that Violacea characteristics, where it is less rounded but slightly longer, and then has that very velvety looking, and that's Violacea for you. Thankfully, this orchid did not get the Violacea smell. And then because of equestris as the pollen parent, so this orchid is multifloral. You can tell it created the first flush of this year. It gave me so many buds, and when it's in full bloom, it just looks like a clump of sweet flowers, and it looks so pretty and it smells so good. So I say that this cross really inherited all the good, strong traits of all its parentage, both parents plus, Violacea. And I can kind of see why this orchid is called blueberry, because it's very close to blue, and it's that bluish purple, and it's just light enough that it's cute, and then the lip is dark enough that it has that strong contrast. And the smell, gosh, it's just so good. I wish you could smell it. So I have had this orchid for a couple years now, and since I repotted this orchid, I put it in a 16-ounce cup with inorganic media, and the mixture is manto clay and hydrocorn, which you'll see later in the video. This orchid really likes this type of medium, responded well, and it grew lots of roots, so it's, I would say, now in an autopilot mode. I do give this orchid 1/4 cup of water each week, and then at the end of the month, the last watering cycle, I would double cup this orchid, which I always do anyway, and then just fill up the water until, the water is just above the media. So that way this orchid would be soaked for a while, and then I would drain out the water completely. This orchid is in a container with drainage holes at the bottom, so it's very easy for me to drain out the excess water. And also because of equestris as a pollen parent for this orchid, it also has a sequential blooming capability, and for it to finish blooming, I think this time around, it's 2.5 months is the bloom duration, which is quite good. And you can see here, lots of bloom have already faded, but then it still continued to elongate the flower spike to give me more buds and flowers, and that's just kind of how equestris does. You know, toward the end of the blooming cycle, equestris tend to still put out some flowers here and there, but it's never as many as like the first flush. Now I'm getting a little greedy with this orchid. I'm hoping that because it has equestris in the parentage, maybe in a couple of years when this orchid is even more established, more mature, maybe it will start keeping its flower spike and maybe give me keikis. Who knows? I know I've talked about not liking keikis because their return on investment is just so low, but for this particular cross, which I don't see very often, I do hope that this orchid somehow creates basil keiki, or you know, just spike keiki. Any kind of keiki would be good, because I would like to have more than just this particular one. And if I have more, I would love to share this cross with my friends locally, because this is a great cross, and I just hope that more people can get a hold of it to try it out for themselves. And you can see here the roots are really good. After the repot, many roots have grown, and some of them are grown deep into the container. A couple of them slightly poked out from the drainage hole, but it's nothing too serious. And overall, this orchid is looking pretty good. Some of the leaves are a little yellow, but they're not like drying out. So I wonder if it's, you know, maybe it's some kind of nutrient deficiency, but it could also be because that leaf is simply a little too old. But this orchid's leaves never really that dark green, and it has to do probably with the way that this orchid is. But I do also plan to move it to a different location just to see if newer leaves will be darker green, because it's currently receiving quite a bit of grow light as well as sun exposure, so maybe that's why the leaves are looking a little yellowish green, greenish yellow. But overall, I think this orchid is still doing okay. The fact that it blooms so good with good root system, I'm hoping that the leaf condition will improve, or I mean, as long as it grow a couple more leaves, I'll know this orchid is doing just fine. This is all I have for you today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to get more orchid related videos from my channel, please subscribe and turn on the notification. I want to wish you happy growing, and I will talk to you in my next video. Ciao!